Welcome to CountryLine TV. I'm Ashley Higginbotham in the studio with Ty Herndon. Hi.
We are family. I got all these country girls in me.
Oh, okay. I love this.
Something. It's raining today. You know, I got some Christmas decorations last night. I watched the CMAs and just, wow, it's a good time to be in Nashville.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the rainy day has everybody little.
Yeah, actually, we've been growing. This is very it's very down home here. We've been actually planting grass and growing it for it feels like 2 years. Mm-hmm. It was finally time to cut it. So it's just as the sun was going down, I'm out with my little lawnmower. All the neighbors are walking by, like, "You're finally cutting that grass." I was like, "It looks good."
You had to make sure it was coming up healthy enough.
That's right. So CMAs, cut the grass. I set up my little studio, did a bunch of Zooms, and fed the dogs and went to bed. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What did you think about the CMAs?
I thought they were great. I thought Lainey did a great job. She's just Lainey. You know, I always say this, like Reba, you get a Reba every now and then, mm-hmm. and a Dolly. They just stay themselves. There's no attitude. They care about the music, the humanity. And, you know, Lainey and I are I like to say semi-friends. We've been texting forever. We've actually never met. So we have some mutual friends in common. But I thought, you know, last night there were some upsets and there were some surprises, like, you know, seeing Brooks and Dunn. You know, I was like, "Come on, boys, there's hope for us yet. All right."
I thought that was great seeing them last night as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lainey always has like the best outfits too, I feel like.
I thought so too. Yeah. Last night was a little. I thought it was a little wicked-ish, which was kind of cute.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
That's smart. Well, so among the other award shows.
Sorry, Kristen.
Among the other award shows, you have been nominated for a Grammy, and you are a Dove Award winner.
Yeah, you know, awards are weird because, you know, I don't think you think about them. You know, I would actually be telling you the way truth that I don't. I was actually in Kroger at midnight because I don't like to go to the grocery store, so I'll just go and, you know, they're not open at midnight anymore, but.
It used to be.
Yeah, before COVID.
Thanks, COVID.
Yeah, all right. So, but I probably was one of 3 people in there, and I just wasn't expecting that at all. I got a call that the album had been nominated. It was my first Grammy nom, and I got so excited I left the groceries. I had a full cart. And got out to the car. I was like, "God, I need the groceries." So I went back in and got the groceries, and the little lady at the register said, "What are you so happy about?" I said, "I just got nominated for a Grammy." She goes, "Well, don't you have people to do this for you?" I was like, "No, ma'am, I don't."
That's the most Nashville thing, too. Like, you're just in the line at the grocery store, and you just tell the cashier, "I just got nominated for a Grammy."
Man, I stood in the vegetable section and talked to the late Katie Oslin for an hour over turnip greens. It's like, you know, we don't think we ever mentioned music. It was just awesome. And then my Nicole Kidman encounter was at Starbucks, and heard that thick Australian accent. She goes, "I love your music." I'm like, "You know me? You think I'm Blake Shelton, right?"
You know me?
It was cute, very cute.
So you've had 17 singles hit the Billboard top or hot country songs.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, it's right. Yeah. Man, I'm just a little gospel singing guy from Butler, Alabama, and just, you know, ended up in Texas and Nashville, and, you know, this thing called the gift that God gives you. It's just always been very dependable for me. And, you know, I was just asked the other day, where was I when I heard my first #1 record on the radio? I said, you know, you have a lot of fun when they first come out because you pretend to be other people and call and request your own song, which is kind of cool. You develop like 9 voices. But the one that was the biggest memory that let me know that I was in this business to stay was on Sunday morning. It was the Bob Kingsley countdown. And we'd been out on the road for probably, you know, I don't know, maybe 9 weeks. And I got off the tour bus, got in my truck, and I have to go down Music Row to get to my house. And so I was actually driving down Music Row, and I said, "Well, that was Hal Ketchum with the #2 song in the nation this week." And he said, "Well, our #1 song comes from a little boy from Butler, Alabama. Grew up singing on his grandma's radio show." And I'm like, "Stop it.
Slam on the brakes."
And I did. And there it was with the #1 song in the nation. And I just broke into tears, man. And I cranked it up because I had some good Bose speakers too. I cranked it up as loud as I could go, and I got up and stood on the hood of my truck. And I just stood there with like this Holy Spirit moment with my arms straight up in the air, just singing it. And it was raining too, so it was something out of the Notebook, I guess. But I was in love with my own music. But it was fantastic, and I just I knew how ironic and iconic that I would be pulling down Music Row, the place that we all dreamed to be successful. So. Yeah. And then it just kept going from there. Been a lot of gravel roads in between, but gosh, all those songs and all those albums, man, they make up me.
Yeah, I mean that moment was 30 years ago now, because it's been 30 years since your debut single. Okay, I didn't create your album titled 30.
Right, you did.
You told the world yourself.
She's sassy. I love it. Actually, it should be probably named more like 50, because I started this business on my grandma's radio show when I was 5.
Oh, so that was before you were born then, right? Because you're not over.
Before I was born. Thank you so much. See, she made up for it. I love you. Yes, 30. Oh, my God. So
yeah.
30 years in the business, 30 years since What Mattered Most hit that faded moment. And it's just, that album was really fun to do.
Yeah. I mean, the album 30, you have 2 parts coming out. Talk to me about that.
Well, Volume 1 is 8 of the songs, and there was just no reason to do them all at once. And my manager came up with a really great idea to do 2 volumes, and then that would be a really good vinyl to have. So, Volume 2 is going to be more of the same, but some big surprises. And in between all that, I got a book coming out. So
I was just going to say, you have a memoir. What Mattered Most? The same name as your debut single, right?
Yeah, which I thought was kind of cool. So did the songwriters. That song's been, this is its 3rd release plus a book. So,
wow.
2 years in the making. I think you see your own life as, as just part of your story. I've had some really awful things happen. I've had some really great things happen. I've been to the top of the mountain. I've been to the bottom of hell. If you're going through hell, just keep going. But what are the most important stories? People love to hear about the victory stuff, but there's no lessons in it. And I think the quicksand is where most of my story comes from. The resilience and being my mama and my grandma's son and grandson to know you need to do something about this, man. And there's a lot of people around me that love me, and a really spiritual good relationship, and now a really great marriage. So I don't even recognize myself some days, but I go, "How you doing?"
Sometimes you wake up and you walk by the mirror, and you're like, "Oh, that's me." Hey.
Yeah, that's me. Or it's like, get to the gym.
So what? I want you to imagine something really quick with me. I want you to pretend.
Yes.
He's breaking out in song right now.
Always.
Imagine that young you comes walking in the door and walks up to you. What would you say to him, and what would he say to you?
I would say to him, "Run as fast as you can." Number one, I know that kid very well. It's part of my inner child, and he's safely in a treehouse down in South Alabama, and I go play with him. But he doesn't get to drive the tour bus anymore because he crashed it too many times. So he doesn't have a driver's license, but he also needs to be nourished and played with. And I actually get to talk to that kid most every day. And when I go and speak to kids, it's like, hey, in these years when you're growing up, you're going to be so angry. You're going to be so confused. I said, but I promise you it's going to be okay. Because this little kid you are today will be with you always. So be good to him or her. And the greatest thing that I've ever done in my life was learning to love that kid, because I'm playful now. I can cry now. I didn't cry for years. I'll cry if your mascara's running. So it's just annoying. But love yourself, and that's what I would tell him. Love yourself. Everything's going to be okay. You can't really tell somebody what to avoid because you can't control their future, not even your own. So, but you can do a lot of work about where you've been and use that as a tool to help everybody else.